Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do some fancy cables on your Bond or any flatbed knitting machine really. So I've got a few videos to do on fancy machine knit cables, and the first one I'm going to start with is the cable cord, and that's worked over 9 stitches, and for that you need two 3-prong transfer tools. If you don't have 3-prong tools, you can just use two 1-prong tools. Because I know the Ultimate Sweater Machine doesn't come with these 3-prong set, it only comes with the 1-prongs. But you can still do it that way, it'll just take you longer. So I've cast on and knit about 10 rows on my Bond Classic, and I'm going to start this cord right around in the centre, and it's over 9 stitches, and the needles are numbered from left to right, so 1 through 9 from this side to that side. So the first thing I'm going to do is take one of my 3-prong tools, and I'm going to remove stitches 1, 2 and 3. Just hook those out of the way a second. And I'm going to remove 4, 5 and 6. And then I'm going to transfer stitches 1, 2 and 3 onto needles 4, 5 and 6. And stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 1, 2 and 3. Some crazy handwork going on here because I haven't got a tripod, you see, so that would help matters, wouldn't it? But we'll get there. There we are. So first step was to transfer stitches 1, 2 and 3 onto needles 4, 5 and 6, and stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 1, 2 and 3, and it should look like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring those stitches behind the latches, plus a few on either side. By the way, I've got paint on my hands, it's not blood or anything, so try and ignore that. So anyway, I'm going to bring those needles into forward working position with the latches open. Make sure the latches are open because you will drop them. And I'm going to knit 4 rows. You need extra downward pressure when you knit across the cable stitches because the key plate can have a tendency to pop up, so make sure you press down quite hard on the carriage as you're going over those cable needles. Oops, put on here. I haven't got my claw weights on, I've dropped a stitch. No matter, just pick it up. Don't have to worry about drop stitches really, as you just pick them up, unless you've got a really silky yarn where they'll ladder instantly. Then if you drop a stitch, it's not going to go very far, just stop and pick it up. It doesn't really matter too much with this because it's only a sample. Right, so that was 3. And 4, that was 4 rows. Okay, so the next step, again with our 3-prong tools, is to transfer stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 7, 8 and 9. So I'm transferring stitches 4, 5 and 6. Just rest those out of the way. I'd normally just hold them with both hands, but because I'm holding the camera I've got to let it rest out the way. So that's stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 7, 8 and 9. And stitches 7, 8 and 9 onto needles 4, 5 and 6. And it should look like that. So again, bring those needles out to forward working position, plus a few either side. Make sure the latches are open. And knit 4 rows. My yarn caught there. For God's sake. And now we just repeat the original steps. So I'll show you again. We need to transfer stitches 1, 2 and 3. And 4, 5 and 6. And take stitches 1, 2 and 3 and transfer those onto needles 4, 5 and 6. And stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 1, 2 and 3. I can't believe I'm doing cables one-handed, that's madness. Anyway, so it should look like that again. So this is the repeat now. Those first 2 cables that we did, that was the start of the pattern. Now we're just going back to the beginning and starting all over again. So like I said, it should look like that. Stitches 1, 2 and 3 onto needles 4, 5 and 6. And stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 1, 2 and 3. Into forward working position again. Make sure your latches are open and knit 4 rows. And now we need to transfer stitches 4, 5 and 6 and stitches 7, 8 and 9 unhook, I should say, not transfer, unhook stitches 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 9. Then transfer stitches 4, 5 and 6 onto needles 7, 8 and 9. And stitches 7, 8 and 9 onto needles 4, 5 and 6. And it should look like that. Stitches 4, 5 and 6 on needles 7, 8 and 9 and stitches 7, 8 and 9 onto needles 4, 5 and 6. Just want to bring those needles out into forward working position with the latches open. Knit 4 rows. And that's it. You just repeat all the way up and you'll end up with a cable cord. Now what you need to do, every 2 or 3 or 3 to 4 cables, you need to latch up the stitch at the side of the cable. This is called the purl or the definition stitch. And I can't do this with my left hand, so I'll have to do the other one. Go. And just latch up the ladders with the latch tool, just like you would for ribbon, at each side of the cable. I'll just do it on one side so you can see the difference, and also to save time on the video. Okay, so you want to latch up a stitch like that every at each side of the cable, every 3 to 4 cables, just so the cable stands out better. So I'll just go and knit a few rows and I'll take it off the machine so you can see it. Okay. The yarn from behind my fabric guide. I'm going to take this off the machine, so I'll just remove my clips. There we go. So I'll lay this on the table. So that's your cable cord. There's where I latched up the stitch at the side. And that's where I didn't, you see it stands out better. But anyway, that's the cable cord.